Okay, so here's a trade I'm about to test. Now, I haven't monitored or did any analysis. I just happened to pull up the screen randomly and I see really quickly what's happening here. So I see that this is moving up. We had a little short movement, it's moving up, and I'm going to short it from right here where there's a fair value gap. And that's right about where we are now. Just go ahead and hit market. And oh shit, it pulled back. It pulled back before I did the market, but whatever. So there we are. I do suspect it's going to go up and throw me in the negative real quick. Um, it moved faster than I was able to move. So if I'm doing this on a scalp, hold on a second, I'm trying to, okay, there we go. If I'm doing this on a scalp, I need to be quick with it, get it in and get it out, and depending on how many of these, and I could drop this down to the 1 minute and see how it's playing out, and it looks like it's about to push down. The target will be a take profit right here, somewhere down in here on the scalp, which in this case would be $8 and something. So let's just see how this plays out. I'm going to pause it a little bit in between just for the length of the video's sake. Oh, it's pushing against me. Oh, well, here, actually, here's the fair value gap. You can actually see it a little bit better here, right here. And what a fair value gap is when the market moves in one direction really quickly. So meaning that this was straight sells, straight sells. This candle and this candle was straight sells. There was no buying in between. So that creates an imbalance. And sometimes it goes back up to those imbalances right away and to fill that in before it goes down. And if you have a level of even stops or entries, sometimes if they're that close, they may bypass this imbalance and kill two birds with one stone and come up here and clear out the stops. If these are entries, most of the stops will be around here, and it may come out and clear out these stops and probably stop here and may not even go any further. But we also have another level right here. So there's an opportunity. So let me duplicate this down real quick. Oops, I don't know what I just did here. The keys are sticking. So we could duplicate this down, and these would be entry points level for me. And I could possibly, if it starts to work its way up there, I could add to my position. Since I'm already in, I would probably look to go to the highest point and add to my position. So I'm going to pause, let it play out just a little bit, and come right back. Okay, it hit my take profit, but for some odd reason, it didn't take me out. And as you can see up here, the spreads ain't that big. But it did hit my target. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, it might have been because I had that thing open. So let's see if it comes back down there again. I think I'm just going to close this out. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the emotional part that we have to tackle. We see it's coming back to the starting point, and we hang in there until we enter the negative. Now, I could have moved my stop loss into here and had it take me out because it did actually touch my target, and we saw it, and now it's working its way back up. I'm going to see, just as an experiment purpose, if it comes up into this area, maybe I can add some more to it. This is a demo account, so I wouldn't dare do this with my real account. Not dare. Now once it hits my target, because this was the ideal target, that as we can see in this area, we have a buy order block here. And what makes, let's see, where's the thing that makes this a buy order block? Well, it's a temporary. What would have made this buy order block more valid, at least on this time frame, would have been if there was a short-term high that it broke on this long candle. But the actual short-term high is right up in here, and we never actually even broke that. We just came up and we're creating a pattern like a W. Okay, so my computer crashed out on me, like it went to sleep. So I couldn't see what was going on. I don't know if it was still recording. It says that it's recording the whole time. So I couldn't see or do anything about it until it literally, when you see me talking now, it literally just came back. Okay, so it is running up here. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to take another sell. Maybe I will take it. Well, let's see what the Fibonacci is talking about. Um, well, we have the 62% and the 70%. These are the ideal areas to take those sales from. So it had the, now that I'm looking at this, it had the massive push down, then it had the massive fast push up. We're going to check this out because I've been wanting to see this play out. Normally when you have something like this and a few candles later, if follow it with a similar thing to the other side, the one who dealt it first is the direction that it's going to end up in. So we're going to see if that actually happens right here. I hate that this video is going to be longer than I anticipated it to be because I wasn't able to pause it during the blackout. I thought I had it on pause, but it didn't do it. It's having a tug of war, a battle of, am I going to go up? Am I going to go down? I have confidence you're going to come down. But if you do go up, I'm going to be ready for an order. Let me place my order in case something else happens. This is kind of pretty high up. So I guess I'm going to place it. I'll place it in the middle. 7.385. And this is providing that it doesn't take me, it doesn't come down and take me out in profit. I'm hoping that's the case, but my next add to my position would be up here. So it looks like we created a range. It's about to hit my alert. The alert was letting me know if I'm not paying attention that it's on its way down, so I could take it off of pause if I had the video on pause. Hasn't hit it yet. It keeps pulling. It's weird how it's just pulling back. I just randomly put the alert there, and I didn't even realize my alert. There it is. I didn't even realize my alert was on this like little area of support, little mini support area. Didn't even realize that. So it looks like it's trying to work its down to my target, but it's sure taking sweet time. And it could be because it already hit it and it needs to come back in. It needs bodies of candles to fill in this wick on this side. But it's also going to need the same thing for the other side. But however, it did fill in that gap that we were talking about. I can remove this Fibonacci because we no longer need it. We have all the positions and every point that we know. This fair value gap right here, it filled it out here. And it was also on the 5 minute because we entered on the 5 minute and I decided to pay attention to the 4 minute. And it was trying to enter on the fair value gap, but it pulled back so fast when I hit the market order that it put me in as it was dropping. So I should be, oh, actually, you know what? Because I'm here, the fair value gap might have been like somewhere in this area on the 5 minute chart, somewhere over here. So now we're working our way into $6 worth of profit and working our way to the bottom. I got a sneaky suspicion if it comes down here, it's going to run down really fast like when it did this move right here and we saw it rush up. I have to, just by the way it's acting, it's like it's tightening up right in here. You see this where it's ranging? It's tightening up. It did the same kind of tightening right here before it ran up. It may run down, and if it does, hopefully it'll take me out. But if it takes its time coming down and I start catching it, I'm going to move this down and I'm going to move my stop loss into it. So in case if it goes down any further, I'll take those gains. But if it starts to pull back into it, it'll go ahead and take me out where I need it to be taken out in the first place. Now, normally, I would never, on something like this where I can control my stop losses effortlessly, I would have never let it get back up here. My stop loss would already be down. As a matter of fact, I would be out of the trade because it would have triggered my stop loss a long time ago. It's just for the sake of this video that I allow it to keep playing out. And boy, is it taking forever. So to me, this is starting to look like what they call a whipsaw. You see that? Okay, come on into my target. I'm almost just wanting to close it out because as much as I want this video for educational purposes, there's TVs that need to be watched, and I'm dying to get there and finish watching Love is Blind. Oh, we made it to 680. We're about to hit the sevens. This will be a good day because I jumped in, I think it was this same one, or it was Luna. Yep, we hit the sevens. It's about to close me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this in. That's good enough for me, and I'm going to slide this down. So it'll probably take me out. For one, I'm just tired of waiting. And for two, we already know where it's headed. And just for the sake of this video, we know where it's headed. There we go. This is where it would have hit my target already. It would have walked, because my target was $8 and something. So we're at 9, and I'm sliding my thing down more and more. So we're doing the damn thing. There we go. It took me out. It pulled back in. So that's the end of this. And as I was mentioning before, one of the confirmations, and it's going to go much further, not just because the trend, the overall trend is down, but as I mentioned before, almost 90% of the time when I see a move like this, and then somewhere along the line I start to see a move like this, the trade ends up following this. Now, how far down it goes, it will go below this, but how far down, I don't know. But it would take I guess it's different depending on the trade. But it takes the path of the one who did it first, because they're grabbing losses. The exchange or the institutions, they do this because if you notice, it went below this level. It went below all of this level, and there was a lot of stops here. There were a lot of buy order stops here. So they were just taking it to wipe that out. And then they're going to go up here and grab any of the stops that's up here. So right along here, there's a whole shit ton of stops. There are a lot of people who place orders from here who have stops up to here. And there were some who probably placed orders to short from here who have stops above here. Or some of them may even have long stops right above there. And then it comes up there. So it makes sense to grab, if you know you're going to short this down, it makes sense to grab the stops here first, then go up there, and then continue on your path, which is what we're seeing here. And I noticed there was another one earlier right here. We see the same exact thing happened right here. We had that nasty spike there, and then we had an immediate one, and they're not always immediate, and sometimes you have to watch out for that immediate one. Where they knew that they were going to take it down, so they did a quick rush down, took out some stops, because right here where it turned around and stuff, I think there were a lot of people who were putting in buy orders and having their sell stops down here. And the ones that were going long, who knew, or the ones that were sitting on the sideline waiting on things to go down, because I guess whatever was happening further along through here, they probably started shorting, or maybe they used a Fibonacci and started doing some measurements and say, okay, well, we're going to short from here. This is a supply area. And they might have did it somewhere around in here. So they went up there and grabbed a few and then went up and grabbed a few more because you have, look right here.